It's Friday. And you know what Friday means, right? It means that we're going to do time for another beer review. And today we're doing Double Vision by the Grand Teton Brewing. A traditional German style Doppelbock aged 8 months in bourbon barrels. This ought to be good. It might be a stout beer. Who knows? Alright. And so I'm pretty sure this is called Double Vision. Alright. Because I have one for tonight called Double Vision. And then I have one for next week that's called Double Vision. But they're two different types. I don't know. Alright, let's find out. Ooh, it's even steamy. And you know what? We got the frosted mug again. That's a nice, thick, stout beer right there. Damn. That is dark. Alright. First initial taste. I'll try that again. I like it, but I've never had anything like it. I mean, I've never had anything like that before. I like it, but part of me says I don't want to. Because it is definitely very a traditional beer. It doesn't have the heavy carbonation, which I really like. That doesn't have the heavy carbonation. It doesn't taste like dirt like most dark beers do. Oh, there's a little bit of carbonation. Just enough to give it that bitter, and that it's bitter, but it has a hint of sweetness, like not like a sugary sweet, but like a natural malty sweet. Like we've talked about before, with a heavier roast. And this is actually really nice. I like stout beers, mostly because I actually have no idea why. Because of the IPAs that we've been having. Um, I've learned I'm not really a hop person. I already knew that I wasn't much of a hop person. But this doesn't have any hop in it. I can't taste any. I can't taste any hops in it at the very least. And I doubt it's even gonna have foam. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely little to no head on that. I mean, maybe there. Oh, look, there it is. I just have a really piss poor lighting on my side. I guess we could do the cap test just for shits and giggles. Holy fuck! It just stops in there. The hell? Oh, there it goes. It just stops in there. I'm not used to move my camera. Sorry. And it's starting to sync. So, oh shit, where'd it go? And I lost it. Metal and beer. I actually don't mind that. Kind of like it, actually. But I'm weird when it comes to the taste of metal. Not a chugger. I am pleased with that. I actually have no idea what to talk to you about with this one. That's a really light. Look how tiny that bottle is. Mind you, this is $8.99. Okay, this is a top shelf craft beer from the Grand Teton Brewing Company, and lager aged in bourbon barrels. This is actually a year 2015, so it means it has some age on it. Handcrafted in the Teton Valley of Idaho, which, like we're talking about, doing Idaho for now until later on. Idaho. That's in the Teton Valley, as it says. I don't even know how to review this one, because it's not a beer I'm used to be honest. I mean, it is fantastic. It's thicker. It's like a meal in a cup. All right. Oh, excuse me. It's like a meal in a cup, but it's tasty. It's very rich. There we go. It's rich. It's a very rich flavor. Oof. It does have 11% alcohol content, so it's definitely a higher content for a beer. Oh, I can't put that down. I fucking love that. Let's go to the rating system. I already know that I drink this again, so there's no question about that. Our rating system says... Okay, so we're ready to rate this on the hop level. You know what? It doesn't have any hops in it, and that is just fine with me. So that is a 5. So let's write this down as a as a 5. The malt. It is a thicker, darker malt, heavier roast, but itself with just enough bitter and enough sweet. So I'm rating this as a 5. I might just be biased, but on a scale of 1 to 10 on if I like this or not, I'm giving this a definite 8. Okay. Highest score yet. Smoothness. I didn't check that out. How smooth is this beer? Okay, so we're ready to rate this on the hop level. You know what? It doesn't have any hops in it, and that is just fine with me. So that is a 5. So let's write this down as a as a 5. The malt. It is a thicker, darker malt, heavier roast. It complements itself with just enough bitter and enough sweet. So I'm rating this as a 5. I might just be biased, but on a scale of 1 to 10 on if I like this or not, I'm giving this a definite 8. Okay. Highest score yet. Smoothness. I didn't check that out. How smooth is this beer? I am going to give this one, on the smoothness rating, I am going to give it a 4. Because 5 would be chuggable. It's not yet chuggable. I tried a minute ago. Not gonna work for me. Head can hold a cap. Yes. So that's a 3. Really don't see the point in that one anymore. Chuggability is a no, like most beers, but that just might be me. So, on a scale of 1 to 30, which is not correct, let's see here, we got 10, we got 12, we got 3, so let's see here, that is a 25. So 25 out of possible 30. That is a definite yes. And because I need to adjust my scale level anyways, it's probably going to be a hell yes. I would drink this again over and over. So in review, we had great flavor, even though there were absolutely no hops present in this beer. The bitterness and sweetness complement each other very nicely, giving it a beautiful giving it a beautiful flavor and texture. There was very little foam to it, which is actually more common with your German beers. It was not as sour as I was expecting, being a German style lager, but it had the thickness and richness that I expected from a German style beer that had been aged in bourbon barrels for 8 months. So, when it comes to beer and you want something from Idaho, I definitely recommend the Grand Teton Brewing Company, their Double Vision 2005 edition. All right. So that's all, folks. If you like what you saw, give us a like, maybe even share with your friends. If you'd like to see more, click the subscribe button and, hit that little bell so you see everything I make. All the oddities that you could ever endure. Alright, well, y'all have a good night now. And don't drink and drive. Drink responsibly and tip your waitress.